Hi, Leanne. Hold on, just trying to find my live. Hi, Darla. Hi, Frida. Okay, chat's working. Somebody click that. Make sure it goes to Blue Night. We're just going to hang out tonight. We're just having a chill play date. We haven't had one of these in a while. How's everybody's weekend going? Hi, Irma. Hi, Teresa. I'm just going to get some things out here. If you guys are doing nothing, let's hang out. Hi, Sharon. Okay, the link works. Thanks, Darla. And let's just chat. Let's hang out. Do you guys want to do that? I have not had a free weekend in so long. I have missed you guys. So I thought, let's chat. Let's hang out. Hi, Cindy. Let's play. I bought these at the stamp show. This is a non-sponsored video. We're just chilling. Ooh, maybe we'll use these. Let's just hang out. Maybe this one. I have a very small collection of Blue Night rubber stamps. Hopefully you guys know that's me being funny. Hi, Bernadine. Hopefully I'm seeing everybody's chats. I have it on all messages. Leah is at her dad's. My son is playing video games. Steve is out with his daughters this weekend. My mom is in her room watching, chilling. House is clean. Car has been cleaned. I went and got a facial today. I think I'm mostly caught up on work. Work has been extremely crazy, you guys. I am helping one of my coworkers, so I have added 5 extra stores to my list. It's already been crazy, but I have 5 extra stores, so I've been traveling so much for work that I haven't had time to do anything. So if you notice that my design team videos have been late, I'm so sorry. And short, my design team videos have not been up to Nancy Parr. I am so sorry, you guys. But I will tell you, we have scheduled Stamp Wars for May the 4th. So mark your calendars. May the 4th be with you. Stamp Wars is set to return Saturday, May the 4th. I'm not going to tell you who the sponsor is because that's the fun of Stamp Wars. But it is a fan favorite. Saturday, May the 4th. What else can I tell you? Tracy and I will be playing, of course. What else should I tell you? That's all I'm going to tell you for right now. So Saturday, May the 4th, Stamp Wars will return. We're going to squeeze it in. That's all I'm going to let you know. There will be a Gina K release at the end of... What month are we in? I don't even know what today's date is, you guys. Oh, it's April 20th, 420, for those of you who celebrate 420. There is another Gina K release at the end of this month, I believe. I think at the end of this month we have a Gina K release, so stay tuned for that. I will be participating in that. We had a Pink and Main release. Was that yesterday? Yesterday. Yesterday. So if you missed that, it was an exciting release because, did you guys see what was in the release? Silver foilables and white foilables for you guys that were waiting for that to come to the US. So I showed a video on that. So that was exciting for you guys that were waiting for, oh, and white foil. White foil. So that was in yesterday's video. So, I mean, my mind is not all here, but I'm trying to put it back in place. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are looking for the fuse machine, it is the same as the mini mink machine. I told you it's fraternal twins with the mini mink machine. So mini mink machine and fuse machine are fraternal twins. They're exactly the same on the inside. So if you have a mini mink or fuse machine, they're the same. They just look a little different on the outside. Okay? Yep. Hi, Sharita. I am so glad to see you here. Sharita's a neighbor. Hey, neighbor. Hi, JC. All right, so as you know, Steve, my buddy Steve, my love Steve, he has a giant Jeep. And I mean giant because he got it lifted and we actually got stuck. He got it lifted and we went to a mall here and he decided he was going to drive into the mall. Has what do you call it? Parking garage, okay? And it had this bar, and the bar said, if your vehicle is so high, do not drive into this parking garage. Well, he went and the bar lifted. So he got into the parking garage because the bar lifted. And I was like, this is not a good idea. Well, when we got to the concrete part of the parking garage, I got out and said, if you drive into this parking garage, you're not going to be able to get out. Like, you're going to scrape the roof of your vehicle. So we actually had to drive out of the parking garage the way we came in. So his vehicle is so tall. Like, I need a step ladder to get into it. I'm too short to get in it. So his big Jeep, it's super big. So we saw these stamps, Blue Knight rubber stamps in Allentown. By the way, if you guys are looking, this is the time of year to go to these stamp shows. I will link them down below, but we want to support these local stamp companies, okay? I actually laughed at myself today because I was like, I'm kind of bored. I don't have anything on my to-do list. And I was like, should I go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's? And I laughed at myself because there's nothing for me to buy. Nothing for me to buy at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, or Michael's. So why should I bother? And honestly, I'd rather support my local stamp companies. So there's really nothing for me to get. I'd rather go to my stamp shows and support Blue Knight rubber stamps or my buddy Anthony over at Anthony's Paper Craft or the Ton stamps. Oh, I posted a video this morning for the Ton stamps. You know, this expires tomorrow. So if you are looking for 15% off at Inky Antics, this expires tomorrow. It's Stamper Con 24, and you can get 15% off at Stampers Anonymous, Art Gone Wild, Inky Antics, Versus Rubber Stamps, Northwood Stamps. Love me some Northwood Stamps. Darcy's. The code is Stamper Con 24, Art Gone Wild. So any of these stamp companies use Stamper Con 24. But these stamp shows are the ones that, where is my list? I have a list. I will link it for you guys. But you can go check out these stamp shows. It's CKC events, stampercon.net, Stamp Scrap Art Tour, But if you join Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook, I actually have in the featured tab a list, and I'll link it down below. I actually listed it in the ton video that I posted this morning at the bottom. Please go to these shows. It's like $6 or something to get in, but the savings you get, these are not companies, they're mom and pop companies. They do not, you know, have these companies at Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby. We want to support these companies. And the value you get, Marco's paper, you know, the value you get from these companies is so worth it. We want to keep them in business. We want these shows to come around. And for those people like, oh, I was so disappointed. There was only 20 vendors. Well, there's only 20 vendors because you people aren't going to these shows. Like, we got to get them back in business. We got to shop them. Stop shopping online and get to these shows. Let's support them, right? Hi, Jim, darling. Hi, Dahlia. Irene. Hi, honey. If you guys are not following Irene, she's Artemis Made. She does wonderful, fun, punny. Oh my God, she has me like falling over. My side hurts laughing with her punny cards. So make sure you follow her. She's Artemis Made on Instagram. She's so good. So make sure you follow her. So, welcome. And I'm just here to hang out tonight. I'm just here to support Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. But the one thing that I have love. Hi, Bobby. Bobby's in Texas. Bobby, I had a chance to go to Texas. My company is doing volunteers to come to Texas for a week, and I was going to come. But Leah has a viola concert the week, and I was like, oh, I should go to Texas. I want to get out of this cold Pennsylvania weather, but I can't come. Susie! Hey, Susie from Illinois. Okay, back to Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. So Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, if you get nothing else from them, you got to get these amazing handles, okay? So I am Clumsy Klutz. Clumsy Klutz. And you have seen in several of my videos, I drop ink pads all the time, okay? So they make and sell these super strong magnetic handles. So these are wooden handles that they make. And they have these super strong magnets built into these handles. So they make two sizes. This is the classic size for your regular, everyday ink pads. Square ink pads. Okay. And then they make this new size, which is a very small, thinner size. You can see, and I think they call this one the universal. But this is very narrow and thin for like the Altenew ink pads, the Catherine Pooler ink pads. They call this one the universal because you can see it's a little bit thinner. See how it's a little bit thinner? But this is a longer handle. And you only need to buy one of each handle. The bigger one and then the thinner one, okay? But then all you need to do is buy a pack of these metal. These are sticky on one side. And the little metal things, and you can buy them from them, or I have these in packs in my Amazon shop. And you buy them in packs, and you get like 10 in a pack or 8 in a pack in an Amazon shop, and they're sticky on the back. And then all you do when you get an ink pad is you stick one of these on the back of your most used ink pads. You don't need them for every ink pad, just your most used ink pads, okay? So you can see that I have them on basically my most used ink pads, which are like my black ink pads. So my black ink pads, my Versamark ink pad has one. And what you do is when you are stamping your ink pad, see, it does not fall off. You do not drop the ink pad. I am shaking this very hard. But this way, when you are inking your stamp, see, it's not going to fall off. I can shake it as hard as I want. It's not going to fall off because those very strong magnets are holding onto that metal. And so if you're somebody who suffers from arthritis or hand dexterity issues, you don't have to worry about holding on to the small skinny sides of some of the ink pads, like especially like this is like a Ranger ink pad. I mean, look how thin that side is. So if you're holding on to that, sometimes, you know, it can be a little cumbersome, or you're going to get ink all over your fingers. So you don't have to worry about that. You just put your little handle on there and you hold on to the handle. You don't have to hold on to the ink pad. So these little handles have come in handy for me. You often see me use them. This is a great thing from Blue Knight rubber stamps. And then the only thing you're investing in is buying a little pack of these little metal jobbies. And once they're on the ink pad, they're stuck on there. You buy the handles once, and then you just buy these little magnetic pads. That's it. So I do recommend that. But I mostly use them on my black ink pads the most. And somewhere I have a list of the stamp shows. That's what I originally was looking for you guys. But the stampercon.net, Stamp Scrap Art Tour, CKC events. I'm sure I'll think of some other ones for you guys to catch them. But of course you can order online as well. But they make their own rubber stamps in-house. They now have dies. They never had dies before, so they now order the dies. I believe the dies come from China. I don't think they make their own dies. It doesn't say on here, but they now carry dies. They have this beautiful paper that is designed by Deanna. She is an amazing artist. She just recently posted a video on Foiling Snobs Club. Her mother was an artist. She's an artist. And they have a couple different kinds of paper, designer paper. So you want to check this paper out because it really makes our life a lot easier. We don't have to do very much. The paper does it all for us. It's double-sided paper. This is one of the packs. This one is called Day Sky Set. I was looking for a code. We can see the differences on there. So I thought we'd make a quick scene. They also have some stencils. This one is the Daring Adventure stencil, and you get the stencil and the mask. How do I open this? Oh. Bobby, you'll have to check. They go pretty much all over the United States. They are located originally in Maryland. And there is a thin stencil and a thick stencil. And they do that on purpose because you want the thin stencil so you can stamp over it. And you want the thick stencil so you can do masking and things like that. So there's a thinner stencil with a mask and a thicker stencil with a mask. So they do that on purpose. You get two so that you can do one for masking and one for stamping through. And you just gently pull that across. So they have like a stag's head. There's all different ones. You'll just have to go on. There's like a, I think there's a dog. They're very nature scene oriented. That's what I love about them. Nature, country, scene oriented. All different kinds of things. All right. So I wanted to just try to make a quick scene for Steve. This is kind of a beach scene. It's actually called Beach Scene. This is one of their old. This was one of my very first stamps from them. I was on their design team for a couple of years. Unfortunately, life got in the way, so I have not been able to do very much for them. But let's do this background and stamp this and see how quickly I can make a card, shall we? Hi, Lucy. They also really, what I have loved that they came out with a few years ago, that if you guys have watched, I have a whole playlist dedicated to Blue Knight rubber stamps, and if you do their make and takes, we love, love, love the pan pastels. And if you have not checked out my videos, this makes making backgrounds so easy. You want to check out pan pastels. It's so easy. not messy like ink, very easy to do, and that's how we make these beautiful backgrounds, pan pastels. But I'm being lazy today and using a pre-made background. So I think we're gonna make this our bottom, and we're gonna stamp that on there like that. And then we're just gonna stamp and cut out a Jeep and color it and call that a card. And hopefully Stalker Steve's not watching right now. He's supposed to be out to dinner with his kids, so no stalking Steve. Who knows with him? Grabbing a card base. Using my Spellbinders trimmer. Cutting that at 5.5. I'm going to score that at 4 1/4. I got to tell you guys a funny story. So I do not have a Teflon bone folder. I don't know how important it is to have a Teflon bone folder. I just know that they're expensive. They're like, I don't know, $20 or $30 for a Teflon bone folder. Apparently the big hype is that a Teflon bone folder will not leave any like marks when you fold your cardstock. I have an actual real old bone folder. This thing is like over 20 years old. I don't know. I got it in some kind of card kit. And I think it actually is real bone. But this is what I've been using. Well, Steve, he got a new stereo for his Jeep. And they sent him what to me looks like a Teflon stick to basically install the stereo, like to maneuver things around. And I saw this thing, and you should have saw my eyes light up, you guys. It's the stick to help him, like, you know, remove the old stereo, install the new stereo. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is a Teflon stick. And I was like, can I have that when you're done? And he goes, what are you drooling over? I was like, that is a Teflon non-stick. And I'm like, I need that when you're done installing your stereo. He's like, you're literally drooling over this tool to install my stereo. And I'm like, it's a Teflon bone folder. So ladies, your man might have one of these sticks in the garage if he recently installed a stereo. Just saying. And they probably got it free with the stereo, or the stereo world probably sells them for $5, and we're paying $20 to get them in our card kits. Isn't that how it always goes? It's like these microfiber rags. You know, we're paying card companies $5 a rag, and you know they sell these for $5 for a 6-pack in the car cleaning aisle. Right? All right, so I'm going to use my mini Misty to stamp this. Take your foam piece out because this is a red rubber stamp. And we're going to always put this in the corner so it doesn't move. I'm going to put my magnet at the top. Stuff that in the corner. Close my lid. Thanks, Lucy says it's nice to catch you live. Usually I see your... There is a... Can't see the comments. Replays. Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to be live at a decent hour. And here's where I'm going to use my handle, and I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I think my ink pad's a little dry. I think we need a re-inking. It's nice to be able to do some crafting that's just, you know, playtime. Just like I did with the ton stamps with the airbrush. Just for fun. Just some playtime. Without being rushed. What does that do? Oh, okay. I got to catch up on some of my TV shows. Have you guys seen on Hulu, there's this new show called Shogun. And I only get Hulu because it's free as part of my Verizon cell phone plan. But it is the equivalent of, I don't like that. I think I messed up. Okay, we're going to redo this now because I don't like the way, I think I want my blue up there. Like, this should be my sandy beach, and that should be my blue water. Okay, we're going to change things. But it's basically, to me, the Japanese version of House of Dragon. So, if you have Hulu and you have not started the show, Shogun, I'm going to highly recommend it. We're going to try this again. But we're going to change this so that this is our sandy beach at the bottom and our water at the top. May 4th, we are aiming for Stamp Wars. May the 4th be with you. Mark your calendars. And I think 7 p.m. is what we're aiming for. 7 p.m. Eastern time. So nice to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I missed you guys. Ta-da! Okay, that looks better. Now we have our beachy sand. We have our water. We have our sky. All right, that makes me happy. So happy. Okay, we're going to color this in a little more. But right now, I'm going to clean my stamp. My paper's in the corner. We're going to leave the stamp where it is because we might come back in and restamp this. For now, we're just going to set this aside and let everything dry. So we're going to leave this. Going to set that aside. Let's do some stamping and coloring with our little Jeeps. Jeepity Jeep. Some plain paper here. So I feel like we need this big Jeep here. I will not be going to Stamp Away this year. Unfortunately, all of my visits this year, I don't even know if I'll be able to make it to Pittsburgh this year because Tracy and I are going on the Local King Rubber Stamps cruise to Alaska. Yeah, so we're super excited about that. So all other trips have been put on hold for that. And honestly, I have taken on a lot of extra projects for my job this year. So I have been extra travel, lots of extra travel, which I guess is a good and a bad thing. I've been voluntold for a lot of things. I'm not complaining. I do like to help when it comes to my job. And you know what they say, like, the more you learn, the more you grow. I do enjoy my job a lot. So that is a huge part of it. All right, there I just used a stamp block to stamp that Jeep. A lot of vacations, yes. Steve and I just came back from Aruba. It was an amazing trip. And Steve is very involved with doing the Jeep. I call it cult, Jeep cult. So we already have something in 2 weeks. Next weekend? Next weekend. There's already we already went to a Jeep event a couple weeks ago. There's another Jeep event next weekend. So he likes his Jeep events. So he's already like given me a calendar of all these Jeep things we're going to do. Obviously fishing season. You guys know I love my fishing season. So I'll be doing some fishing things. A lot of stuff coming up. All right, I'm going to dry this real quick with my heat tool. Okay. So yeah, we want to do a lot of vacationing. Now for this, I don't, because it's a small image, I'm probably not going to color this with pan pastels, but maybe some color pencils. Where are my color pencils? And like I said, just having fun, just a play day, trying to read my text messages to you guys, and hopefully I'm seeing all the texts. Make sure you have your chats on all messages. I'm going to put you guys link for Blue Knight rubber stamps if you're interested. Not sponsored, just one of the companies that I have loved for forever since my beginning stamping days. It's one of those companies that I want to support. Go check out their stamps. They have stamps, they have stencils, they have pan pastels. I'm going to use one of my blending stumps. Not trying to be super neat here, just trying to have fun. One of the things that I've always said about their stamps is the artist has already done all the work, meaning the shading, the highlights are already in the stamp for you guys. So all we have to do is just add color. That's it. We don't have to be great at coloring. Somebody else has already done all that. All we got to do is add the color. So there I just add a little bit of black. These are like chalk pencils, so it kind of matches with the look of the pan pastel. So all I did was add a little bit of black, and now I'm just kind of smudging that out. What about you guys? Anybody have anything fun, interesting, good news to share? New news? Old news? Any big plans for the summer? Any questions about anything? Any questions about Foiling Snobs Club? Foiling, coloring, Stamp Wars. Looking for a dark gray. I don't have very many of these pencils. Cindy's going camping. Do you have videos about how you're crafting? Teresa, I have very old videos, but it's always evolving. I guess I should probably do an updated video. Actually, Steve is a very organized person, and he kind of came down here, and I think he had a a mild heart attack when he saw what an organized chaos mess this is. And he even said, like, I think I need to come down here and help you. First of all, my area needs to expand a lot. And we had talked about, I'm in the basement. And I kind of share the basement with my mom is a seamstress. And my mom's a professional seamstress. So she has professional sewing machines down here. And we had talked about moving her area kind of to the other side of the basement. So the basement is kind of split into 3 areas. If you go back into my YouTube and look at the very, very beginning, I'm kind of under the stairs, tucked into the corner. Well, I never expected to get to where I'm at. I just was doing this for fun. But now it's very clear that I've overstayed my welcome where I'm at in the basement. So we talked about kind of expanding my area, getting some more furniture, maybe getting a little island area for me, so I can kind of craft standing up a little, getting an overhead camera. I am my setup is very janky. It's very haphazardly set up, okay? I don't edit my videos. I just do this on weekends for fun. I am a working mom, and that's where my progress has kind of stayed. I really don't want to make this work. I really just do this for fun, and I have said that for a very long time. I don't want this to be a business. It's not a business for me. It's just for fun. When it becomes a business, and it gets to that point, then it's not going to be fun anymore, and then it's not going to be, for me anyway, I don't think it'll be true to my roots. And I always want to be true to my roots, which is, always going to be working mom first. This is always going to be a hobby second, okay? And I always want to give you guys honest reviews first. So I would like to expand my area and get a little bit more organized. But again, I have to stay within my hobby budget. And so that's what I kind of explained to Steve was, I don't want this to get out of control. My basement is still the fun area for the kids. It's still a kind of a working area for mom. So as much as I would like to organize and expand, it still has to stay within that fun area for the family, for the kids, and a little bit of a working area for mom. So yes, I will do that. It is on the agenda for this summer, but it's never going to be like a professional, like so many other professional YouTube influencers that are out there. It will be on a IKEA budget friendly Nancy's cheap, very frugal kind of way of doing it. Congratulations! Has anyone ever tried old letterpress plastic dies in the new system? Ooh, I got rid of all of those. I have not. I think they're kind of too thick, though. I know which ones you're talking about. Are they close or the same as pastels? These are not the same. No, the Dream Box is expensive. It's like $2,500 for me and takes up too much room for me. I looked at that a while ago and it wouldn't make any sense for me. Maybe to somebody else it might make sense. But you can buy everything you need at IKEA for much cheaper and get more space out of it. If you have an IKEA near you. I know a lot of people don't. Okay, I need to make a decision on color for this Jeep. Steve's Jeep is gray, so we're not going to go gray. I think we're going to have to go Nancy's color. We're going to have to go like hot pink. Because this is my card and it's my Jeep. So we're going to go fuchsia. Oh, yeah. This doesn't even look like his Jeep. He has one of those trucks. This is going to be an FSC Jeep. Well, you know, I understand, again, that this is a lot of people's jobs and a lot of people do this for a living. And I've said it time and time before, that's great. They put the time into editing their videos. They put the time into going to shows. They put the time into doing this as a professional job. I do not. I have a real job that I work at during the week. I am also, you know, a mom, and this is a hobby for me. I do not want this to be work. If this ever becomes work and it's not fun anymore, and then I feel obligated to certain companies, I think that sometimes changes your opinions of things and how you do things, and I don't ever want it to come to that. It's like I help represent a number of different foiling companies, and at the end of the day, we represent several foiling companies because we want you to decide where you want to shop. At the end of the day, there are different companies. They come from all different parts of the world. You decide where you want to shop. Okay? I can only give you the options. You decide. Ooh, that I don't like the way that looks. You decide where you want to shop. Okay? I love them all equally. I think there are pros and cons to a lot of companies. At the end of the day, I want to support all of them. There's enough paper, stickers, foil, stamps to go around, and I can share the love. There are 9,000 people in our Foiling Snobs Club. There are 30-some thousand people following my page. You shop wherever is going to work for you, right? So it's not one size fits all. And if I can help share that love, then that's what I want to do. I hated. I'm going to tell you guys my personal experience. My Stampin' Up, what do you call upline? She basically said, you can only use Stampin' Up paper, Stampin' Up ink, Stampin' Up cutter, Stampin' Up everything. Like, she made me feel terrible because she was like, you can only use Stampin' Up this, that, and the other. Like, she was really like trying to make us feel bad if we did not use Stampin' Up only products. And I was just like, why, you know, and I had just been starting out again as a budget crafter. I didn't understand why I couldn't use Michael's paper or Joanne's. Like, I didn't understand what she meant by I could only use Stampin' Up paper and Stampin' Up, you know, like, she made me feel terrible. And like, even down to like the type of trimmer I used and the paper, like if I found pretty paper at Michael's or whatever, like Recollections has really pretty paper. So I didn't understand what she meant by that. I could only use certain kinds of paper and stuff. So I always try to say to you guys, use what you have. I will make recommendations of companies that have good quality, and there are different qualities. There are different, you know, I say value. Some companies have more foil on a roll. Some countries, you can only get certain types, you know, and we try to make UK recommendations. We try to make, you know, Canadian recommendations. I try to help you guys find things based on where you're at. I understand you may not want to pay shipping, but based on where you live, you may not be able to find certain things. And we try to help you guys. You know, we have UK recommendations or we have Canadian recommendations. Try to help as much as we can try to help you guys. That's why we ask when you post in the Foiling Snobs Club, like, where are you? What country are you in? We try to help everybody, support everybody as much as we can. You decide where you want to shop. That's why we say, hey, this is who has this. This is who has that. You decide. We always say, use what's in your stash. There's enough to go around. Share the love. Blue Knight Rubber Stamps is a wonderful company. They have beautiful stamps, beautiful stencils, pan pastels. Like I said, the magnetic handles. We just want to support them. Scott and Lynn are a wonderful family. They gave me my first shot at designing, so I always will have love for them because they gave me a shot when nobody else wanted to give me a shot, you know? They let me make videos for them. And so if you go to their show, you'll see a lot of my cards are still on the board. I say, look, I go visit my babies. My cards are still hanging up. And I still go and buy stamps from them. And so they're just one of the companies that I love supporting. They're just good people. They make their stamps at their home. Their origin story is a wonderful origin story. So just beautiful people. And that's what we want to do. We want to support companies like that. Look how beautiful and how close that die cuts. Nancy's pink Jeep. This will be the only Jeep that Nancy owns because I'm not a Jeep person. Don't tell Steve I said that. All right, so now let's bring our background in. And again, our Facebook group, even though it's called Foiling Snobs Club, we are not just about foiling. This is what we do. We hang out, we make cards. Look at how cool this is. Oh, we should put an action wobbler on here, right? We just hang out. We are not owned by a company. My best friend Tracy and I started Foiling Snobs Club, and our origin story is we actually started off by calling the group Foiling and Stamping Club, but we changed it to Foiling Snobs Club, just being funny, goofing around. But we do all things crafty. So whether it would be foiling or stamping, Marissa, who's one of our admins, she does crocheting. So whatever you're into, just join our group. We're a supportive group. There's a judgment-free zone, whether you are somebody who is really into crafting or you are new into crafting. It doesn't matter. We are there to support you. We help you out. We will give recommendations to help you learn along the way. Not owned by company, just a bunch of crafters. That's all we are. Okay, I'm pulling out my pan pastels because I want to add a little bit more color to this. I like sports cars too, Frida. You know I do. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, thank you, by the way. I am over 2,000 followers on Instagram. I work in the car business, so I often take pictures of cars when I see cool cars. And I post them. I post them on Instagram for you guys. Let me grab a paper towel. So we have these specialty little tools here, and I'm just going to color this kind of a sandy color. My ink is dry now. And let me see if I can see the names. So yellow ochre is this kind of sandy looking color. I'm going to go in with some of that and kind of sandy-ish my sand here. And that's why I left my stamp where it's at, because we're going to stamp over this. Of course, I didn't need to stamp over the paper, but I'm cheating here so that our blue is already done. You could just use your pan pastels and make your own. Just remember with pan pastels, they need to be set. You could use like an aerosol hairspray. I use this Krylon matte finish. It's basically spray paint. But you can use a fixative spray. See, now I have that blue water and blue sky. I don't need to do anything with that. I can leave that alone. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this yellowish color, kind of lighten my sand a little bit. That doesn't even really show up. Maybe not. All right, so I kind of have my sandy color in there. I don't think I need to add anything else for my, maybe a little brown for the sand. Burnt sienna. Just add a little brown in there. Just a little bit. I'm just going to stamp over it, but I don't think I need to mess with it. I think I'm going to leave it alone. What do you think? Think I should stamp over it? Or I think that's okay. I think it's okay. Hi, Star! Yeah, pan pastels are very easy to use. I think I am going to put an action wobbler on there. All right, so I'm just going to real quick go over and spray this. Only going to take a second to dry. I'll be right back. Yeah, I don't think I need to stamp them again, but I do want to spray them real quick before we put the action wobbler on here. So I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. I basically just spray that real quick over the trash can. It only takes a few minutes to dry. I just do a real light coat. And all that does is just locks the pan pastels in place. And while that's drying, you want to do that in a well-ventilated area because it does not smell good. Maybe do it outside. The other thing I like about their stamps is they come on these laminated sheets, and then they stick, and they're easy to put away. And then what I will do is I will store my dies and my stamps together so I don't lose them. But usually if you go to a show, they have a show special, and the show special is like buy 5, get 1 free or something like that. So that's why I highly encourage, if you can get to a show, it's totally worth it. And when you have the pan pastels, the backgrounds that they make, the pan pastels just make it easy. And the value you get when you go to a show, like the pan pastel starter kit, like you get the pan pastels, which are like 5 colors. You get the case, the storage case. You get a set of the tools. It's so worth it when you go and get that starter kit from them. All right, now let's find Action Wobbler. Oh, they just all fell out of the bag. Of course they did. There was a sentiment in there. The sentiment said, "Life is either daring adventure or nothing at all," by Helen Keller. But I'm not going to use that sentiment. But there is a sentiment in there. All right, now I'm going to cut this down to be card front size. Yeah, that's why I said, Star, I just got this stuff out and said, hey, let's play with some stuff that you guys probably already have. Let's get them out. All right, I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you guys too? Something new just came out. Let me put my Jeep on Action Wobbler. Now when you do the Action Wobbler, the heavy side, so there's a thin side and then there's a heavy plastic side. The heavy plastic side always goes on whatever you want the action to be on, whatever your item is, because that's what makes it heavy and move. So that's going to go on my Jeep. Okay, so just think you want it to be top heavy. So that goes on your Jeep. The Jeep came out pretty cool. Okay, and then the thin side is basically just thin tape or plastic. That goes on the bottom onto your card. I'm going to remove our adhesive backing. I'm just going to press that down. And that's just clear, so you're not going to see that part. So the heavy side is there, and the clear side is on the bottom. Something new I wanted to show you guys as well is Spellbinders now has, didn't even open it yet. Spellbinders has fine line glue bottles. I like that they do, you're right, the pan pastels layer well and you can erase your mistakes. So these, look, it's like a little syringe at the end. These are brand new in the Spellbinder shop. They are available now. I'll put the link for you guys when we're done here. But I'm going to use my favorite glue, and I like this glue because it dries very quick. Which is the art glitter glue, which you can use your 15% off. They carry this at Inky Antics and at Northwoods. This is the glue Northwoods uses with their fine art glitter on all their beautiful, if you see their samples, they use this as the glue, art glitter glue with their art glitter. But this is my go-to because it dries quick. Let me move this out of the way before I make a mess on my stuff. That's right, it's glue shipping season because it's not going to freeze. Let's do this. They also had the small bottles of Hero Arts cleaner you guys have been looking for. The stamp cleaner. They didn't have any of the big bottles, but they had the small bottles. Tracy and I stocked up when we were at the stamp show. And we screw that top on. Then we pop this top on. But I basically get the big bottles while I'm here. I might as well top off all the glue. We're already here. Now, if you're somebody who likes wiggle room and you don't want your glue to dry so fast, I would go with Barely Arts glue. I don't like wiggle room. I want my stuff to stick. And this is super strong glue. Like, this is glue you can put furniture together with. I use this glue to put together my Crafty Gritta furniture when they send me the organization cubes. This is the glue I use to put my furniture together with. This is super fast drying, super strong glue. So you can use this glue for anything. But it dries clear, and this is the glue that's used by the glitter companies because that's how clear it dries. So I love this glue. But if you want wiggle room, go with Barely Arts glue because Barely Arts glue gives you a little bit of time, which I also have. So if you need some time to move your paper around, Barely Arts glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room time. All right. Now let's see how we do with this. Oh, now I squished the lid on too tight. Here we go. Let's see how we do. Squinkle, squinkle. Ooh, that is super fine. She's super fine, super fine. You know, I wonder if Gloria can make us little thingies for this. I'm gonna have to ask her. Oh, I just rubbed it in the glue. Gloria is in our group and she makes us the little glue topper pins. Oh yeah, Gloria should be able to make us some pins. In fact, I have Gloria pins in my drawer here. Let me see. Let me find them. They're in here somewhere. But you can contact her, Gloria Wolf, in the Foiling Snobs Club if you need glue topper pins. And she can make them for you. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right, good. But I wanted that because I'm going to glue this on here. I talk too much sometimes. You guys know this. But you can contact her in our group at Foiling Snobs Club. Oh, that is a super fine bead. But she makes pokey tools and super fine, beautiful things. So your tip doesn't clog up. Look at that. Look at that. And I can put my little thing in there. Cool. And there is, I cheated using the Deanna's papers, but now that looks like a beach scene. My Jeep is rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. So I just wanted to say hi to you guys, let you guys know. Still here, hanging out. Some new things. Not so new things, but Stamp Wars will be back May 4th. We got some new products released from Pink and Maine. Make sure you check out my video on that. But if you want to shop Blue Knight rubber stamps, this is the link for Blue Knight rubber stamps. We also have an Amazon shop, so anything that you don't see, Blue Knight rubber stamps, like I said, you can get these. It's cheaper to get these little doodads on the Amazon shop. You get like 8 or 10 or something like that on the Amazon shop. But support them. And then the new little Spellbinders thing. If you haven't gotten the new paper trimmer, if you're looking for a new paper trimmer, highly recommend the new paper trimmer from Spellbinders. I love this thing. But use what you have. And if you have any questions, post them down below. But if you had fun watching me, give me a thumbs up. Yes, enjoy your weekend. Bonnie, remind me and I'll send you a card, sweetheart. We've all been going through Stamp Wars withdrawal. I miss you guys. I miss hanging out with you guys. Real life has been getting in the way. And I just wanted to jump on, do a live. I haven't done a live in a while. And I thought I'd come on and say hi. I haven't gone anywhere. Just been working. Like I said, Leah's with her dad this weekend. Steve's with his girls this weekend. Xavier's upstairs playing video games. My mom's upstairs taking a little nap or watching videos. Who knows? House is clean. Cars have been cleaned. I got a little reprieve from work for the weekend, which I very much needed. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go play with some of that new stuff I got from Blue Knight rubber stamps. I played with some of the stuff I got from the Ton this weekend. And we got some new release coming from Gina K at the end of the month, so hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. And just wanted to say hi, see how you guys are doing. Everything's going great here. I can't complain. But yeah, Stamp Wars will be back May the 4th. So mark your calendars. We'll see you guys then. And if you need anything, message us at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com. But check us out at Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. Make sure you follow our other admins. Justine has done some videos and stuff. Check her out. We have Melanie Smith. She's got a YouTube channel. She's done some stuff. They have Better Press Babes. So yeah, lots of good stuff coming. Don't forget to follow Tracy. Did Tracy hit? She was so close to 4,000. You know, Tracy's giving away stuff on her channel as well. So make sure if you're not following my partner in crime, Tracy Schultz, she's almost to 4,000 on her channel as well. So you want to go check her out as well. I'll link everybody down below as well as, like I said, the list of stamp shows that you can go and follow these folks and get some great discounts and support these local stamp companies. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. If you had fun, give me a thumbs up. And I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, I'm glad Star got the Intracut machine. Yes, it's back. It was back in stock. I don't know if it's sold out or not, but great machine. Yes, Lynn and Scott are amazing. Well, go do some shopping, you guys. They got a lot of cool stuff on their website. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Have a wonderful weekend. Night, kids, Karen says.